Because, think about it. You are trying to change, right? And then you have all these friends that want to spend time with you. And what you did for a while now were smoking doobies or getting wasted every weekend. And then suddenly you realize you don't want to do that anymore. But now you're in a group of friends, and that group of friends expects of you to keep doing what you always did because they feel good. Because most people are unwilling to change. And that's usually how it is. You have a group of friends. There's like 10 people in there. 9 out of 10 people will probably be okay with the way things are. And then comes that one weirdo that suddenly changes. And suddenly these friends are not your friends anymore because they cannot define themselves with you anymore. Because they define themselves as the people that get together and drink alcohol or smoke weed and, watch movies. This is what you did, this is where they feel safe, this is their little zone of comfort. And then suddenly you start changing that. It's disturbing them. And then they don't want it anymore. And then you meet all kinds of resistance. And you go and meet with your friends and you don't want to drink, and then they try to convince you to drink. And even if they don't try to convince you to drink, they still drink. And then you start realizing, I don't fit into this group anymore because I wanted to change. And that's what happened when I went to study, for instance. I left my hometown and I met other people that were closer to the person that I wanted to be than the ones that were my friends before. But now these people, they feel like emotionally hurt because suddenly I didn't want to be friends with them anymore. And usually most people define themselves with the amount of people that like them or consider them their friends. You can say, I have 20 friends. I have 50 friends. Well, they won't be your friends anymore if you start changing. Or you won't want to be their friend anymore when you start changing. Or maybe they start changing in a way that you don't like. And then, how much energy are you going to have available for all these people in your life that suddenly head in all different kinds of directions? When you still need energy for yourself. So for example, at one point, it became more important to me to be alone than to have friends. Because I have my own goals. And for that, I needed to sacrifice a lot of things, a lot of friendships, because explaining to people why you change and how you change, they're gonna call you and they're gonna like listening to your stories, like doing ayahuasca ceremonies, for example. I had that one friend. He liked listening to what I did, but he didn't want to do it himself, he just liked these stories. He found it fascinating. For me, that's like 1 hour talking to him about my experiences. That's like 1 hour that I could have done something else. 1 hour that I could have made other experiences instead of talking to him about my experiences. And I offered him more often, we can do something like this together, because what does it mean to do ayahuasca? It's a decision. You don't do that because you want to party. No. You do that because you want change in your life. But I have mentioned this more often. You don't go seeking for it, it's my opinion. You let it come to you. Within yourself, you start forming the wish to do ayahuasca. Right? And then you live your life and you keep focusing on that image of yourself doing it one day. And it will come to you in the right moment. Because once you make the decision to do something, the universe will conspire in your favor if it's your honest wish to do so. And that's my experience.